Hi guys, it's YK Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we are trying a Highland single malt from Scotland, and it's this lovely Aberfeldy 16. It's actually a bit of a funny story because I won a bottle in a raffle a few years ago, but it was not this one. It was a Craigellachie 13, and I have a friend who really likes Craigellachie, so he asked if we could do a little swap. So I swapped my Craigellachie 13 for Aberfeldy 16, which quickly became one of my favourite whiskies. So it's going to be very exciting to kind of try this with you today. So like I said, it's a Highland single malt whiskey. This specific one sits at 40% ABV, and I've actually been to this distillery. It was a lovely February day last year. It was very cold and quite wintry, but we were welcomed by the brilliant brand ambassador Matthew Cordiner, and he showed us around the distillery, and it's definitely an experience I won't forget. We kind of started off by having some lovely Dewar's 12 by the water source, which is this little wee waterfall, which was really something to remember. A really nice experience. It's just something special about having a whiskey outdoors. I think it kind of just enhances the experience even further. So the Aberfeldy is of course owned by Dewar's & Sons, so it's quite known for being one of the single malts that goes into the lovely blend of Dewar's. And if you're interested in any kind of whiskey history or want to read up on the so-called whiskey barons, then you have to read up on Tommy Dewar. He was kind of a marketing genius, and yeah, just quite an incredible mastermind, I would say. So if you're curious about that, make sure you check out Tommy Dewar's. But let's have a little look at this. So like I said, 16 years old, and spent some finishing time in first fill Oloroso casks, so definitely has a little bit of sherry influence. But let's have a look on the nose. I just think this is so delicious on the nose. Aberfeldy is known for creating a whiskey that often have kind of a honey character, and you definitely get that kind of honey notes, but it's more of a kind of a cooked warm honey instead of just fresh honey. So yeah, definitely if you were cooking something or heating honey up, I think this is kind of the aroma you would get. It also has some kind of artificial banana notes, and if you've seen my other videos, you know what I think of that. I absolutely love when I get an artificial banana note in a whiskey. And definitely some that kind of pear drop sweetness as well, so kind of estery. Yeah, it's absolutely kind of gorgeous warming tones on the nose, so let's have a little taste. Slàinte. You get a bit of kind of orange notes, and also with that honey sweetness, that kind of cooked, warming honey sweetness on the palate as well. And also with kind of a mild spice. A mixture of spices that you would put in a cake. So maybe like cloves and cinnamon, maybe a bit of ginger as well. And they go really well alongside this ripe orange note. And also maybe a hint of kind of vanilla or those kind of baking spices. And kind of a drying, warming sensation on the finish. I do love this dram quite a lot. I think it's an interesting whiskey. I think it has a lot of lovely, rich flavours. It's just one that I can just go to any time. And that honey character as well. I mean, honey, orange, vanilla, spice. It sounds absolutely lovely, and it definitely is. And I can't decide if I like the flavour or the nose more. This is just one of those whiskies that I could just nose all day. It's just, yeah, it does have, if this was a perfume, I would wear this. I don't know if it would be good to smell like alcohol, but if you get the notes of this, that would just, I think, be a perfect kind of autumny perfume. Because it does feel quite autumny, this, even though I would definitely drink it year round, but it just have that kind of, it's crisp, chill air outside, the leaves are falling down, it's just, you just want a little cozy jumper, maybe some fussy socks, like a cup of tea, and then later at night you just need a little sip of whiskey before you go to bed. And then I think Aberfeldy 16 is the dram I would choose any of those nights. Yeah, maybe a bit like an orange cake as well, just something that has a lot of kind of mouth-watering flavours. Yeah, an orange honey cake perhaps in a glass. That's what the Aberfeldy 16 is. I definitely think that this is a really smooth whiskey that almost feels like very velvety. It has a lovely mouthfeel, very creamy. But also, I think if someone's starting out with whiskey, this could definitely be a good gateway whiskey. It does have all those kind of elements of a really nice Scotch whiskey, but they're very, very smooth and welcoming, I would say. I would of course love to hear if you've tried any Aberfeldies. Have you tried Aberfeldy 16 perhaps? Have you been to the distillery? If you want to read more about my time at the distillery, I've also put the link to the blog post here in the link below, where you can also leave your questions or comments. I always love to hear from you. But I hope you'll have a lovely day. Try some nice whiskey. Slàinte mhath, Skål.